Hello again, doing another game here. This game is being played between Magnus and Hans Krogh Harestad from Norway. This is being played in Copenhagen, is in a tournament called the Political Cup, and this was at this tournament I played Magnus the second time. In that game I played like this, and we played a Grünfeld line, but Magnus won quite quickly. But I won't go into that game now. But maybe I can show the opening here. I played like this. I was being white. And here I followed Shirov's plan that Shirov had. I played Rook C1 and then later I did H4 and H5 to try to get some attack here. And later Magnus would play this move here, which is kinda his novelty, but it was a little bit inspired by me, perhaps. And the idea would be to save in this move Rook C1, because in a lot of lines, like this is like an classical way to play this here. And in this kind of position, computers and also analysis by strong players has shown that it's often quite dangerous for black to take the rook on a1. So my move Rook c1, it was just a bit of a loss of a tempo, basically. But Magnus won that game against me quite quickly, so I won't show it, but you can look it up if you want to. But in this tournament, in the round 9, it's an 11 round tournament, I think, and because they were playing in round 9, I played Magnus before that. And I have another memory here in this tournament. It's about another game that I won't be showing. It was that maybe one round before or this or something like that, Magnus played Russian Grandmaster Artur Yusupov in quite a memorable game. I knew Yusupov because I used to read his books that he wrote together with a player called Dvoretsky. They wrote chess books together, and I have read several of those books. It was quite fun for me to see Yusupov playing. And back, Yusupov isn't playing anymore, but back 2003 he was still a strong player, and he won against Magnus in like a positional style. And it was quite interesting to see, but because my impression of Magnus is, if Magnus is losing, it's not because no one nowadays can play out Magnus positionally. If Magnus is losing, it's because he hasn't been careful enough and missed some kind of tactical. But Yusupov managed to beat him with positional play, and I thought that was quite interesting, and also maybe it inspired Magnus to improve his positional play even more. But I won't show that game, because I found another game here by Magnus that I would like to show you right now. Magnus has white against Hans Harestad, who I guess is from Norway also. So and they are playing the Spanish opening. and this is like the main line, the Shigarin variation of the opening. So it's the main line of Spanish opening. And I don't know the theory here, but all of this looks very normal. As you can see, Svidler has played it, so it's still a played game. But it looks like maybe black played a little bit passive, like the knight on d8 looks a little bit wrong to me. But so let's see how Magnus uses that. Also this f6, also looks a little bit wrong, a little bit passive by black here. But I don't know this opening very good, but the computer is not so impressed. He still thinks black has a defendable position here. So this is quite typical Spanish maneuvering play here. So apparently, according to the computer, black is playing fine here. So this in this position, apparently black makes a big mistake here, and his mistake here is that he does this bishop takes h3. He probably thought he couldn't take this one because it looks a little bit dangerous to take material when your queen is offside on a6, but the computer is not so impressed, and he thinks that something like this would have been better for black. The game could have continued something like this according to the computer. And now of course white can't take back that bishop because knight h3 and a fork. So Magnus plays this. And here Magnus plays a very strong move that is not obvious at all. And it shows Magnus tactical skills here. It's very not obvious to play e5, but as you can see, e5 or knight h5 first, and then e5 is how the computer wants to play. They want to play e5 here. I can say that I would probably not have found e5 here. It just looks like even now I can barely see the point of it, but Magnus did it, and apparently it's the right way to play here, and looks fine to take like that. It takes e5, and it also opens the black queen to defend. So then he played like this, and I'm going to show you what happens first. Magnus gets in a very, very nice combination here, and this combination he must have seen already when he did e5, because you don't play e5 if you don't see the combination that Magnus sees here. He does that one, and black took the knight, and I will show you that later. But white is mating by force there. That's why I chose this game. But best would have been king h8, and then says that white can take here. And if it takes back, bishop takes f6. I guess it's apparently taking here, and here. And next move, bishop f6 and winning the queen and mate also, or at least winning the queen. So That was not possible. And yeah, like he says, maybe rook f8, but then bishop takes here, and white is up a piece and attacking. So it's logical that he takes here. And now here is the amazing move that I chose this game here. Magnus finds this queen sacrifice here. Queen takes g5. And if black cannot go back with the king, if king f8, then queen g8. If king h8, then knight f7 mate. So he has to take it. And then rook f7 check, has to go either taking the knight or going to h8, but it doesn't matter because rook takes h7 is mate in both cases. So I'm a big fan of this combination here. Like already here, seeing that e5, take on e5, knight, because you need e5 to open for the bishop to h7, so that it will be mate in the end there. e5, take knight h5, take queen takes g5, and it's mating. That's a very nice mate here. Let's look at it one more time. Take, and now the queen sacrifice, and it's forced mate. Okay, see you next game.